Welcome to the complete guide for peroneus longus and peroneus brevis tendinitis. So, what I'm going to do is tell you what these muscles do because you've probably never heard of them, how they get injured, and the complete home treatment guide so you can do it fast, hopefully free, except the braces, creams, and things you got to get, but as cheap as possible. So, let's get to it. The peroneus brevis and peroneus longus start in the outside of your foot on the fibula bone, and they come down around the outside of your ankle and come and insert on the outside and the bottom of your foot. So the peroneus brevis comes along, is a little bigger muscle higher up, comes underneath the foot and inserts at the bottom of the foot, and the peroneus brevis comes and inserts on the outside of the foot. So the symptoms of tendinitis are outer leg and ankle pain during the muscle distribution, worse during activity and better during rest. So in the peroneus longus tendinitis, you'll feel the pain right up there as it courses down. It could also hurt right there, but the muscle's sore right there. And the motions the peroneus longus does is it turns your foot out and turns your foot down. So if you have a friend or family member hold your foot and you have trouble pushing down or turning out and the outside of your leg hurts in this area, then that's probably what you have. Now I'm going to cover tenosynovitis, which is just inflammation and pain due to repetition, ankle sprain, poor biomechanics, and overworked. But if you are concerned about a severe fracture, severe ankle sprain, you got to go for x-rays and you have to see your doctor. Okay? But if you don't think you have a massive break where you're bleeding all over the place and bruising, then it's probably just tendinitis. So the treatment I'm going to go over is controlling anti-inflammation and then controlling your biomechanics. So if you injure it, first thing you can do is ice. It's very important right away, and this will greatly speed up your healing time. Take a bag of ice to the outside of your leg where it's tender and ice the muscle for 15-20 minutes while you watch TV. Do this 2 to 3 times a day if you can, but once or twice is good too. And the earlier the better, because it will decrease the inflammatory cells in the area and speed up healing time dramatically. You have to take some time off too. I'm not saying don't do anything, but if you're running heavily and it hurts, switch to maybe biking or swimming for a week or two and give it a chance to heal. Anti-inflammatories. A lot of people are against this, but this could greatly increase your healing potential. Now go see your podiatrist or your physician first and see if you're eligible to take anti-inflammatories. But take these over the first week or two and it prevents the anti-inflammatory cells and the pain, and it allows your muscle to start healing faster. You want to keep taking the pills because if you miss doses, the enzyme levels won't be high enough to treat inflammation. They'll just be, at levels where you can treat headaches and fevers and that kind of thing, because you need lower doses for fevers and headaches but higher for anti-inflammation. You could use topical gels. This is just like the pills, but the same mechanism of action, but you just rub it on the muscle. You can also use the biofreezes, the Bengay, things like that. This is more of a medical mechanism of action. That's more just cooling and heating, just like the ice, the biofreeze. Rest and elevate. I've already talked about this guy. So in a couple days, 3 days to 5 days to a week or two, the pain's going to be gone, pretty much guaranteed, depending on how bad it is, using these things. But you want to find out why the pain came in the first place. So you want to look at your biomechanics. Are your shoes bad? For example, people with tight footwear are prone to this disease. So you want to get a shoe with a rigid sole, so that means you want to be able to grab it with your hands and not be able to twist the sole all over the place. You want a rigid heel that doesn't, your foot's not flying around all over the place. You want to make sure there's enough room for your big toe and your fifth toe, and use the foot measuring device at the store. Make sure you get the person at the store to help you, and that you do have the proper size shoe, because that is a common problem. Inserts. I'm not going to say go get a custom one for $300 to $400, especially if you don't have insurance, but there are things available, good rigid inserts, not really the ones available at your convenience stores, but something you can order online, like a rigid power step, I recommend, is very good. it controls your foot motion, because if it's not controlled, certain muscles may be overworked and underworked. And as you can see in the diagram here, some people touch with their heel later than earlier and release earlier than they should, or whatever it could be. It could be a million different things, but certain muscles are being overworked, and in your case, the peroneus longus tendon. So you want to get some good stretching, because the key is good calf flexibility. If you can't get at least 90 degrees of calf stretch, as shown on the picture on the right here, and if you're more like the person on the left here, you got to do some calf stretches. Do it for 30 seconds, 3 times a day, and in a couple of weeks, it'll really take a lot of tension off your peroneus longus. And if that still doesn't work, you did all that, you should go see your podiatrist to get a biomechanical evaluation, see if anything's wrong. Maybe you have a split of the tendon, maybe there's a bone spur around the outside of your ankle, whatever, it could be anything, but do not try any of this at home alone without supervision. This is presented by Michigan Foot Doctors. If you think our information helped you, give us a thumbs up and come visit the site for even more.